Hello, welcome everyone. This is Mare Music with Mare. I'm Marianne Harmon, and today I have with me, direct from Sierra Leone, Idrissa Bangura. Can you say hi, Idrissa? Just letting everyone know, in Sierra Leone, they do have a little bit of issue sometime with Wi-Fi. It can be kind of spotty. So Idrissa may come in and out, but here's some
Hi,
interesting.
everyone.
Let me
It's a
tell you,
pleasure.
it's my pleasure too. I love that big smile. Um, if he does come in and out, that's okay. And those of you that are used to me and know me know that I can always talk. So we will make sure everything's working well. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Idrissa. And just give me 1 second here while I get this up and running. All righty. So Idrissa has been a very active participant in the early childhood global community online, and his heart is so big, and I'm excited to have him join us, even if he's hopping on and off, because that's really what his job is. He hops in and out as much as he can with the little bit that he has, but he is determined. He's an early childhood educator and an early childhood facilitator that is from Sierra Leone. He's been teaching children for the last 10 years and is the founder of Kids Happiness Foundation, which takes care of orphans. So he gets a lot of children that come to him whose mom died in childbirth and other sad situations, and they stay with him until they are 17. He is also an educator at Mama Wuri Islamic School. He has won awards and certificates and great recognition for his services to humanity, both nationally and internationally. He's an artist that sings songs that preach, and you know that I like that. That songs that preach or teach about the odds children go through in Sierra Leone and the world. He's well known as father of children because he's so passionate about what he does for the children. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And while he's hopping back on, I just want to say that, we are not one world. And not everybody, when you complain that you don't have enough tissues for the classroom or crayons, I'll bet that Idrissa sometimes wishes he had crayons. So, Idrissa, I just finished telling them how wonderful you are. So let's get to a little bit here to let you talk as long as you can on how do you get started working with children and what makes you so passionate about what you do. So there's a little bit of a delay of him hearing what I'm asking. Did you get the question, Idrissa?
All right. Firstly, I want to say it is such an opportunity for me to talk to the world. I am the Idrissa Bangura, popularly known across the world as Idrissa Bangura, as father of children. Yeah. So yeah, I'm father of children once again. So actually, I am. Yes, I get a question. I got a question.
Oh,
So
she's saying good
I am,
morning from.
yes, I am an early childhood care educator, and I am a divorcee child. My both parents, while I was 6 months old, just 6 months, both parents divorced. They divorced, and my father went his own way, and my mother went her own way. So I ended up with my grandmother, who single-handedly took great care of me, and she taught me all good values. So I didn't have that opportunity to bond with my parents up to now, and that I had so much challenges growing up as a child.
Mm-hmm. So Idris has given us a little bit of background on himself, and that he himself, although his parents were alive, he was left with his grandmother. So he knows what it's like to be a child that is separated from your parents. And he's going to share with us a little bit about how that affected him into something positive. And we all have our challenges that come in life, but when we feel sorry for ourselves and say, oh my gosh, there are so many obstacles, then life is harder because that's what we think. But when you can take that the hardness that life has thrown upon you and turn it into something that makes you a more determined person, you say, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use my knowledge of understanding how these children feel, and I'm going to help them to deal with it in a positive manner and be someone for them that they know they can count on. And that's where the title of being called the father of children comes from, because these children, they have no fathers, and Idrissa is the father for them. Before the show started, I was asking Idrissa some questions. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. About whether he got any government funding or support. And he works basically on his own. So go ahead, Idrissa.
Yeah. So as I was saying, because of what I went through during my childhood, it's something that psychologically it affected me so very much up to this moment that I'm an adult now. I repeated twice during my first year in school.
Mm-hmm.
I repeated twice during my first year in school because I had no one to care for me. I had no one to support me in my education. So because of that passion, what I went through, I do not want to see it continue to other children. That is why I step up in my community. So I saw the need that there is this need for an early education, a head start education. So I brought up children from the community. I started.
It must be very frustrating. And I know that it's not sometimes the best way to watch an interview when the person keeps getting knocked off because of connection issues. I think that just might further hammer in the point of the obstacles this man has to overcome to try to give the children some sense of normalcy. He was explaining to me that the building that they use, where some of the children live, that when it rains, there is rain comes into the building, and that the government does nothing to help subsidize them. They actually do not have early childhood education there, as they don't really support a need for school or education before they start formal schooling. I want to say hi to Liz, who is always so supportive. I don't think there is a person in the world that is more supportive than you are, Liz. And I also see Patrick watching. Appreciate that, Patrick. I know that you do a lot on talking about like diversity and early childhood and adversities, like how hard it is to deal and overcome some things. But as I was saying before, when we talk about how we don't get enough days off, or we don't get health care, or we've had to work overtime, and we don't get compensated for it as teachers, I think that those are what they might call first world problems, literally, because what Idrissa has to deal with on a daily basis is so much more. And even this, and I know he's probably frustrated with the bouncing on and off, but I told him not to worry about it because every time he comes back on, he can just start talking so we can learn more about this wonderful man. So Idrissa, go ahead.
Yeah.
So you started working with the children. How? You stepped up in the community and said, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. So because of what I went through during my childhood, the trauma, the everything, that's the reason why I step up to help children in this part of the tree, Sierra Leone, in the part of the world. And it has not been an easy journey ever since. Yeah, my childhood experiences were really not good. Yes.
And that inspired you to become the father for these children, the father figure for these children that had no fathers in their life.
Yeah. Hello, come again, please. Come again with a question.
No, go ahead.
Get you.
I was saying that
please.
I was saying that you became inspired to become the father figure for these children that had no father. Patrick, you are right. And as soon as Idrissa comes back on, we will tell him that. I know that my daughter just posted something that millennial fathers are more involved with their children than any generation of fathers before them. What a beautiful thing. And you were right. A lot of them do it because they had problems of their own in childhood. So men are stepping up. I also have a theory that some of these men now, you are so much more passionate and involved because many came from single parent households where mom was the other parent. Or maybe mom did get remarried, but originally you were in the house with just your mom, or your mom with your dad and things weren't working out. And you grew up to be more compassionate. Your mother probably helped you understand the point of view of the woman. And so that helped you to be able to be more in touch with the importance of being a good man, and not necessarily just a good father, but a good man. And that makes a difference. We're still waiting for Idrissa to come back up, but Patrick has another comment here. And I was just on Patrick's podcast a couple of weeks ago, and I sure appreciate that. Many researchers show that men are showing affection maturity when looking after other individuals' children, as they're not ready to look after their own. So men are learning to care for other children besides their own, and that is developing that affection maturity. I'm not sure if that's exactly what that comment meant, but that's how I'm taking it. I would love to have a conversation going here. Someone else have a comment on this. Very interesting. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, so Idrissa, I want to have you see, I want you to see what Patrick is saying.
Yeah, I'm here.
And then he followed up with this. Many research shows that men are showing affection maturity when looking after other individuals.
Yeah, I have seen Mr. Patrick, something, I don't know the name.
Patrick. Yeah. So, you could continue on how you came to work with these children.
Yeah.
Who did you contact? Where were these children before you? If they're orphans, where were they? Who was taking care of them before you? And I know that he also works at the Mama Wuri Islamic School. So I'm not sure if that's where some of the children were from, but we will find out. If you want to, those that are watching, Liz, Patrick, invite some people to jump into this conversation about the role of the male in society and the difference that you can make in children's lives because you are stepping up. And that's kind of sad. Like they always used to, sometimes a man would say, I'm babysitting, but it's his own child. A woman never says, I'm babysitting. When she's watching her own child, right? Okay, so this is the name of Patrick's company, Mindful Wings Consultancy, Education in Early Years. That's their official page. And that's the work that he does. He's in the UK. And now he's inviting some friends on to share and get involved in the conversation. I really appreciate the couple of people that are sticking in with us. This is challenging for Idrissa. He's been wanting to do this so badly to be able to tell his story so people can understand what's happening. In countries that are so-called developed countries, we have all these systems in place. And sometimes because of that, we are tunnel vision. We don't realize, well, maybe we do, but we don't think it's so widespread that there are places where there are no early childhood centers. There is no place to drop your child off, or women don't have jobs. They have a baby and there's basically not much to do with them, places to take them for stimulation, libraries and things like we have. This is not the case. Go ahead.
I'm very sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, so please, what's the question again?
Well, Patrick is saying it'd be great to have a reflection statement from you about your journey with working with children.
Yeah,
go ahead.
They say of like reflection statement writing from Idrissa.
Yeah, in other words, tell us about the children you work with. And he said he'd love to read a little bit about your reflection statement. And I think you have that up on your Facebook page, who you are, what you do, and so go ahead.
Exactly.
So these children,
I'll share the link. So
are some of these children from the Islamic school that you work at, or is that something different? It says you work at the Mama Wuri Islamic School.
Yeah, I work at Mama Wuri Islamic School. That is where I work. I work there at a separate institution to be having resources to manage the initiative, the idea, because there is no funding. So that's the only way that I thought about when I go out to look for opportunities, then I bring it to the school. That's the only way. That's why I went out. Yeah. So
that's good.
That's it. So I work at Mama Wuri.
And when
they pay me at the end of the month, when they pay me every month, I use it to pay the teachers, to give them the stipend, those who are volunteering to help me with the children.
Wow. So you have to take care of them, feed them, house them, clothe them, all of that. And no government help. I don't know how you do it. But I know the children are lucky to have you.
So some of the children, like I said, thank you. Not all of the children are orphan, okay? I must say, not all of the children are orphan. Some of the few that are orphans, we care for them. Those who are not orphan, they are only coming to the school to acquire knowledge, education, and to help the parents in the community to nurture them. Yeah. So we allow those who do not have parents to stay, and we care for them. We give them, provide foods for them. And I've been sharing photos on my page regarding that. For those whose parents are around, like the caregivers, maybe like grandmother, they're around, we allow them to go home and they come back for school. But we most times do check up. We go back to ensure that the kids are all right. They're doing very well. That's what we do. I and my team.
That's wonderful. Now you incorporate a lot of music, which you know I love, and I've even sent you some stuff. How do you?
Yeah, sure, and I've been playing it for them.
I love it.
I'm an educator that is, I like to play. I like to play with the kids so much. I like to play with them. And whenever it's time for break, that's where they just like when I'm around at all time. Anytime I am not around, they feel bored because they know that I'm the only one who can go to their level. I can play with them. We can play. And like just like that, we can really have fun whenever I'm around. They like seeing me dancing with them. Sometimes they feel funny. They laugh at me. Uncle is dancing. That's how they call me. Uncle, you're dancing. I said, yeah, I can dance too. Like that. They're surprised at times. They get surprised seeing me dancing with them.
I've seen some of the videos. When you use music with them, do you ever write your own? Because I know a lot of the songs are to foster good lifestyle habits, self-esteem.
Yeah. Although it has not been an easy journey. Yes, we have been trying our best. Yeah, we have really been trying our best as educators to foster that. Because some of these communities, when you're dealing with poor children, you have so many challenges. You have children that are coming from different homes. So you will face with that. You will face with different challenges, children with different behaviors. So it only takes the grace and professionalism to them, you see. But we have been really patient over the years.
Do you ever have children that display
we are very particular about that. We're very concerned about their practices, developmentally appropriate practices. That is our mission, to train them, nurture them till they grow up. We have children that they are presently not in our hands anymore, but some are Are you there?
Yes, I am. I thought you were reading what Patrick wrote. Patrick from Mindful Wings Consultancy, he's being very interactive with this conversation.
Can you get me?
Yeah. He's talking about Marie Montessori now.
I just want to say thanks to him. Thanks to him.
Yeah, right? And Liz, that is also watching, she is a music teacher and knows how music can break through. There's some children that they have nothing, but you get them up to dance or to sing, and they feel that joy.
Exactly.
Have you met any children that are showing
music is really powerful?
Yes, it is. Have you had children that are showing a lot of talent, like they can sing really well or dance really well? I I I know a lot of times children like to watch the American videos and the ones that come out of Britain and Korea and try to imitate them. I don't know if you
Yeah.
get to do that because of the internet being so spotty.
All right. So on the 26th of this month, August, we shall be having a spelling bee competition, singing competition, dancing competition, and many more. So yeah,
That is
yeah. So that's what we
wonderful.
normally do. We normally
That is
do that to entertain them. Yes, we normally do that to entertain them, to make them also know that learning, the school is not just about learning. It's not about going to the board, teach, but we have other things that we can use to build them up holistically. That's why they love our school so very much in the community. You see, children leave other school, they leave other schools for our school because of what we normally do.
well, children. We all
we,
know
we, we, we create things.
children learn better when
Yes.
they're happy and when they feel loved. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
you definitely give both, Idrissa. I love it. You give them love, you give them happiness.
I will share with a video with you all about
Be
on the
great.
program of the program that we shall be having. I'll share a video with you all. We will do a video and we'll share it in the group so that you all can see the sessions that I and the children will be having.
That's great. Patrick is saying that his school does a talent show every year. They have the teachers and the students
Yeah, and
perform.
we too.
Yeah, that's great. I
And
love
we
that.
too. We have that. It's coming up on the 26th. Thank you, Mr. Patch. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, well, put that. We should put that in the notes underneath this spotlight, so people will pay attention and maybe watch and help support and develop more awareness of your program. Like we're
Yeah.
getting close to the end of our time, and I'd like to talk about what you hope to accomplish. Like, how do you plan to keep your work going? what what would be, like, you hope to accomplish? I hope I can get that this one girl leaves this program and she
Okay.
herself can be a teacher or a
Well,
writer. Hmm. Go ahead. You can talk about that, Idrissa, what you hope to accomplish.
yeah. All right. So, so one very thing that I said it earlier on when I started. I want to get a school. I want to get a formal school. I want to get a school where all these children. Yeah, we want to build a school. We have a proposal that we have written already. We tried reaching out to the government, but no support. We tried reaching out to NGOs, but the NGOs are afraid to support many organizations in this country because people have been using fraud. They have been frauding individuals who go out to support the transparency and the lot. So that's why people have been so much afraid to support initiatives. So, but we have a proposal that we're sharing out for support. We want to build our school. We need a performance school. We want partnership with even out of the country. We want to also have people who will be coming from other countries like America there, maybe like you. You'll be coming to Sierra Leone to help my teachers train them up, to capacitate them with more knowledge to deal with children by the special grace of God. So by next year, my greatest accomplishment that I will be happy for if it happens is to have a school where our children will be wearing uniform other than clothes. So that's my plan. And I'm looking forward to seeing that all the children in this community have a better education, because in Sierra Leone, our education is more about um, 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 classroom. Early childhood, we are not only concerned about it. We are not only too concerned about the classroom. We have other areas that we love to develop children on. Yes, so that's it. Like play, we use play to develop the children, and we do not have the toys. So when I talk about the school that we want to build, I would like to have a school where a big school where the children will have the chance to play, a playground, park, toys all around, and a lot more. So that's the plan, like having toys around, having play toys, having a playground, spacious, and the land where we're occupying presently is a very big place, very big. So we have the land for that. We are just looking out for support, people who can come in and give us the support that we are looking out for to make this dream alive, to bring it to life. We are trying. We are trying actually.
That's a
So
hard
it's the
part.
school. My accomplishment, what I'm thinking right now to accomplish is the school. Yeah, Sierra Leone is a lovely country indeed. Is it? It is a lovely country.
I'm wondering if Patrick
I
has
love the
been
country
there.
also.
And Patrick, have you been to
Oh
Sierra
yeah,
Leone?
maybe.
Right?
Yeah, the way he sounded like he's been here before.
I know, right? Maybe he has.
Mr. Patrick.
Um, I have not. Like I told you, I've been to South Africa, but that's about it. Um, anyway, I just think
So,
it's a wonderful thing to, work
so when are you
together.
planning to come to Sierra Leone? I'll be the first. Yeah, we'll be the first to bring you to Sierra Leone.
He said he hasn't been there, but he's met a lot of teachers from there. So I guess he figures if the people are as
But
lovely
we have
as
lots
you
of
are,
teachers
the
from there.
country is lovely.
Oh, I see, Mr. Patrick.
So is the program is the program
I see.
bilingual?
I see, Mr. Patrick. I see. Yeah.
Is the program bilingual?
Oh, yeah.
So do they speak, what languages do they speak at the school? I know that throughout the world now, the
Can
number one spoken language is English. Everybody is speaking
you get me?
English.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I was asking about the languages spoken in the school.
Creole. We talk Creole here.
Do
If
you
I thought,
really?
I know if I stop the Creole, you will not be you.
Well, I've spent some time in Louisiana, so I know what it sounds like. That's interesting. Well, I guess that's partly to do with the fact that the French had a lot of the colonies in that part of the world at one time. And so you get the different dialects there. Anyway, as you can tell from Idrissa, his English is pretty good. Most of the places that I've traveled around the world, they are speaking English in addition to their primary language. And English is now the language of business. So people all over the world have learned to speak it. And Americans are learning to speak a little bit more of different languages as well. Anyway, he's probably going to pop back on for a goodbye. I want to thank you for those that are watching or will be watching for hanging in there and just learning a little bit about Idrissa and his passion for working with the children in Sierra Leone. He said that in his school, 80% of the children are orphans. And, they are looking to get their school built because the building they're in is not that great. But it's a testament of the fact that just one person can make a difference. If Idrissa didn't step up and say, I'm going to help these children, maybe no one would have. So you make a difference, just like we always say. I've said a few times on a few different shows about the starfish. You make a difference for this one. You know, you don't always see it immediately, but you know that at least that one, you touch their lives. So, Idrissa, we're going to be signing off. And I was just saying how you make a difference, and just one person can make a difference and change the world with the ripple effect. So if we
Exactly.
wind up with 10 or 20 kids coming out of Sierra Leone and doing some wonderful things in the world because you taught them that they could,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's all worth it.
Yeah.
So is there
And
something
thanks.
you want to say
Yeah. Thanks
before you
also
sign off?
to my volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks to my volunteers for being there for me at all times. Even through the difficult times, they are there with me. No matter what, they always stand by me. I go through a lot as a leader. To be a leader of such institution, it's not easy. It's not an easy task dealing with young people. I want to say thanks to them, and I want to say thanks to you for hosting me in this program, and I want to say thanks to Mr. Patrick and to all other educators that view this program and for contributing towards this program. We are looking for support, and we are praying that may God provide for you all that are listening to this, watching this, and it's an opportunity to be around educators around the world.
Yes. Thank you, Idrissa.
Thanks
We
once
really
again.
appreciate your time. I know that it was challenging for you at times
That's all.
with, but
I'm just so
you hung in
happy
there.
talking to you.
Yeah, you're a happy person. And that in itself is such an important gift you're giving to those children. So hang in there for a minute. I'm going to play this short video.